It's understood Cobbo, who has played 6 Origin games for Queensland, is disillusioned with the club's reluctance to commit to him long-term and is thinking about walking away from the game. Broncos great Gorden Talis has questioned the club's decision to pay 2 veteran playmakers ahead of club junior Selwyn Cobbo.
And they got this young talent and they leave $300,000, which I think is a little bit disrespectful to a State of Origin player. And I don't think he's lost that much mojo. In my opinion, when I watched him play, when Reece was out and he went back to fullback, he kept them in a few of those games. But obviously they don't want him.
Cobbo, 23, was dropped from the NRL for the past 2 weeks and is without a contract for next season.
Much money.
Selwyn Cobbo was in Sydney last week or the week before, and he visited the St George Illawarra setup, and he spoke to Coach Shane Flanagan. You know what money he was asking for? They're asking about 650, 700.
That's what he's on now, is he?
And St George were quite keen to do a deal for a little bit less than that, but wanted him this year because they've had injuries in the three-quarter line. I don't think it's going to be happen, but what it does show is how far the Broncos are off the pace with what the kid and the manager are looking for. They're halfway there.
The Broncos already have Ben Hunt, 35, on their books for next year for a reported $550,000.
Well, let's be honest, like Dave said there, that there's still a chance of keeping him, but really they're not.
No, not for 300.
That's my point, is that...
Yeah. Not unless they find another 200 or 300 grand, Braith, and clubs are...
Well, that went to Reynolds with the third party to 300, didn't it?
Clubs can do that, right? If they need to sometimes, they just move a couple of blokes and juggle some funds around, they find the money. So, but at the moment, you know, I know, Gordy, you're saying you thought he was good when he played fullback for a couple of games, but they don't need a fullback. And they need him to play well when he's on the wing, and he hasn't been playing well.